Have you ever wondered how a painting worth millions can vanish without a trace? Ah, the art of theft. A tantalizing dance between daring thieves and the world's most revered masterpieces. From the Mona Lisa to the Scream. Join us as we uncover the audacious heists that shook the art world. These are not just thefts. They are the vanishing of history. Welcome to art world's biggest heists. The year is 1911. And the world wakes up to find the Mona Lisa missing. The grand halls of the Louvre in Paris, usually echoing with the whispers of awestruck onlookers, were filled instead with the deafening silence of shock and disbelief. The Mona Lisa, Da Vinci's enigmatic masterpiece, was gone, leaving behind only 4 iron pegs on the wall. The audacity of the crime was unprecedented. The theft was not a high-tech, meticulously planned operation, but a brazen act of audacity. A man named Vincenzo Peruggia, an Italian handyman and painter, simply hid inside the museum overnight and walked out with the painting under his coat the next morning. The public's reaction was one of shock and disbelief. The Mona Lisa was not just a painting. She was a symbol of France's cultural heritage. Her disappearance left a void that could not be filled. The media frenzy that followed was like nothing the world had ever seen. The theft of the Mona Lisa had, ironically, catapulted her to a level of fame she had never enjoyed before. The story, however, has a somewhat happy ending. 2 years later, in December of 1913, the Mona Lisa was found in Peruggia's apartment in Florence. He had kept her hidden in a trunk, hoping to sell her and bring her back to Italy, her rightful home. The Mona Lisa was recovered, but many other masterpieces have not been so fortunate. A fast forward to 1990, the art world is again rocked by a brazen heist from the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. A theft that would become one of the most notorious in the annals of art crime. 2 thieves, disguised as policemen, walked away with 13 pieces of irreplaceable art, including 2 paintings by Johannes Vermeer. These weren't just any Vermeers, they were masterpieces. The Concert and A Lady and Gentleman in Black, together estimated to be worth over $500 million today. The loss was felt deeply, not just for their monetary value, but for the cultural heritage they represent. The heist was meticulously planned. The thieves knew exactly what they were after, bypassing more famous pieces for the Vermeers. The audacity and precision of the crime left the art world in shock and opened our eyes to the dark underbelly of art theft. For over 3 decades, investigators have been chasing leads, from Boston's criminal underworld to international art smuggling rings. Despite the promise of a $10 million reward, the trail has run cold. Yet the search continues, driven by the hope of recovering these stolen treasures. The impact of this heist reverberates to this day. It's a chilling reminder of how vulnerable our cultural heritage can be, and the lengths thieves will go to exploit it. The world is still waiting for the return of the Vermeers, their absence a gaping hole in the tapestry of art history. The Vermeers remain missing, a silent testament to the audacity of art thieves. In 2004, the world gasped as Edvard Munch's The Scream was stolen in broad daylight. This audacious theft sent shockwaves through the art world, not just for the staggering value of the stolen piece, but for the brazenness of the thieves. It was a sunny day in August when 2 armed men stormed the Munch Museum in Oslo, Norway. They held the staff at gunpoint, ripped the Scream from the wall, and vanished before the authorities could respond. The audacity of the crime was such that it left the world in stunned silence, then a collective gasp, and finally a scream that was heard around the globe. The subsequent investigation was a whirlwind of twists and turns. It involved international law enforcement agencies, art crime experts, and even the underworld of art thieves. The intrigue was palpable, and the public watched with bated breath as investigators painstakingly pieced together the puzzle. 2 years later, the masterpiece was recovered. It had been damaged, but was still intact. The thieves were caught, tried, and sentenced, but the impact of this daring heist was far-reaching. It raised questions about the security of priceless artworks and forced museums worldwide to rethink their strategies. The scream was returned, but the echoes of its theft still reverberate through the art world. This isn't just the story of a painting that was stolen, it's the story of a scream that was heard around the world, a scream that still echoes today. These are just a few instances of art theft, but many more remain unsolved. From the audacious raid on Boston's Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, where thieves made off with 13 masterpieces, to the daring burglary of the Kunsthal Museum in Rotterdam, where 7 priceless works were snatched in less than 90 seconds. Each of these thefts is a mystery in itself, a puzzle waiting to be pieced together. These high-profile heists have spurred a global effort to recover the stolen treasures. International law enforcement agencies, art historians, and even private investigators have joined the hunt, employing cutting-edge technology and good old-fashioned detective work. Yet, despite these efforts, many of these masterpieces remain lost to the world. Then again, perhaps it's not just the loss of the art that captivates us. Maybe it's the mystery itself, the tantalizing questions that surround these crimes. Who are these audacious thieves? Where are these masterpieces now? Could they be hanging on someone's private wall, hidden away from the world? The impact of these crimes extends beyond the walls of the museums. They rob the public of our shared cultural heritage, leaving an empty space on the wall and a lingering sense of loss. Yet they also captivate our imagination, fueling endless speculation and theories. In the end, the greatest art mystery may not be a painting or sculpture, but the question of what happens to these stolen masterpieces. As we close the chapter on these enigmatic tales, the mysteries linger and the quest for lost masterpieces continues. Stay with us as we explore more secrets hidden in the world of art. Remember, every masterpiece tells a story, and some stories refuse to be forgotten.